Adesanya's had enough rematches, right? Marvin Vettori and Robert Whittaker. He wanted fresh meat. Sean Strickland obviously didn't do enough to maximize the showcase fairly recently. With all due respect, Cannonier couldn't have done more with this opportunity tonight. And real quickly on Brunson, if I may, I do agree with Chael that he checked out. He started talking about retirement this week, right? He started talking about maybe this fight, win this, beat Adesanya right off into the sunset. I didn't like hearing that out of Derek Brunson's mouth. I did think he checked out, largely because of Cannonier's handiwork on the feet.
Cannonier's now won 5 of his last 6 fights. He defended 10 of the 13 takedown attempts by Brunson in that fight, even though Brunson did get the takedown there in the first round. So with that being said, Anthony, if you look at Cannonier versus Adesanya from an X's and O standpoint, how do you see it?
Man, I think that that's a really interesting fight. I think that Jared Cannonier brings something different than Izzy's seen in a long time. The explosiveness, the speed, how fast he closes distance and range. We're not going to see anybody looking for takedowns. I also said that about the co-main event tonight, and they made a liar out of me, so I guess I got to be careful to not say that. No, it's a really interesting matchup. I'm interested to see that, and for whatever reason, Izzy sees something in Jared Cannonier that he likes, because tonight is not the first time that he's mentioned his name.
Yeah, he did not call out, talking about Izzy, he did not call out Cannonier from a competitive standpoint or from a spiteful standpoint. It's been very clear in interviews leading up to this. They actually got assigned seating next to each other to show about 2 years ago, and Cannonier was very nice to him. And Izzy said, if I can ever do this guy a favor, I'm going to do it. But as you do talk about the X's and the O's, it's very hard to find a way, even to find a path to deal with Adesanya. I think Whittaker showed it to us tonight. I think you got to wrestle him. You got to do a better job of keeping him there. Now, doing that and knowing what to do, 2 different conversations, but I do feel that Cannonier likely gained some confidence tonight.
You know, John, if we go big picture here and we talk about this division specifically, you know, lightweight is so deep in terms of talent, guys who can go out there. But as you judge 185 right now, whether it's the fight coming up with Cannonier and Adesanya hopefully this summer, but even down the road, the talent that we see here at 185.
Well, there's no doubt about it, and there are names like Alex Pereira, right, that people would like to see maybe proceed and eventually get a rematch with Adesanya. You know, he does have a kickboxing knockout against Izzy, but, you know, it's interesting with Adesanya because I think for our broadcast team, you know, we get criticized a lot when we call his fights, and I think being right there, we just see something special that maybe the fan base is not seeing, but the cupboard is not bare at 85, right? It's like the division's not cleaned out. I mean, we just have 2 fresh names that he's never fought before. And both of them might not have a fight before they fight Izzy, right? They might have Strickland wait for this fight too. So thankfully, to Chael's point, Adesanya handles his matchmaking masterfully as a champion. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go June and then close out the year against Sean Strickland.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.